I'll make this quick, sir. It's not a big thing. I was looking through your nephew's telephone bills and just curious about something. Last month, he made 11 calls to your shop here in Beverly Hills, but on the previous month, he only made one. Can you account for that?
Well, Freddie's behavior is not that complicated. When he didn't call me, it's because he was making ends meet. And when he did, it's because he needed some money.
And that's why he made all those calls last month, sir?
Yes, sir.
He needed money?
Oh, yes.
Well, that don't add up.
You got a problem with that?
Yeah, something's missing here, because on the 20th, the day he called you for money, that boy went out and he ordered a $175,000 automobile.
What? Who told you that?
Oh, the salesman, sir. Oh, yeah, Freddie. He'd selected the color, and he was going to have it delivered in Europe, in Switzerland, in Bern.
Don't pay any mind to that. Well, that sounds like Freddie. Yeah, it sure does. He could do that. I mean, that kid, he was in the clouds. It was all fantasy.
You mean you would make things up?
Make him up. He told me he was going on tour with Madonna as our private photographer.
It wasn't true?
Made it up.
No kidding.
It's Madonna.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun. So this whole thing about the automobile, that was all in his mind?
Let me tell you the kind of thing he'd do. He'd rent a Rolls Royce for the day, see? So he could go and look at houses for sale and, well, these are $3 and $4 million houses. He'd have these people walking through all the rooms, taking pictures. He's asking questions. He wanted to know if there was room in the back so he could build a tennis court.
No kidding, and he had no money.
Not after he rented that Rolls. He was broke. And it's sad, because Freddie was a talented boy, but he was mixed up.
Yeah, he sounded mixed up. Well, listen, thank you very much for this information. I'm kind of pressed, sir, so I'm going to run along. Do you remember the name of the real estate agent that showed him those houses?
It was Mary Sedge or something. She's in Beverly Hills. I'll think of it. I'll give you a call.
Much obliged, sir. Mr. Lamar, wonderful things you said at the funeral. Very touching.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. I'm going to have to make this fast, sir. Freddie bought a case of champagne. I checked with the liquor stores on the same day they made the 11 call to you. Would he do that? Would he spend $520 on a case of champagne and on the same day call you up for a loan?
Well, that surprises me. But I suppose he could have, being Freddie.
Because this wasn't a fantasy, sir. I mean, he actually bought the case of champagne.
Yes, I hear you, sir. I just wish I hadn't.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. Once again, thank you for the time. I'm sorry, sir. Just one more thing. You said that your nephew was planning on coming to your party,
Yes, sir.
and he called just to say he was going to be a little late.
That's right.
And that was a costume party.
Well, sure, you were there.
Had you told your nephew that?
Say what?
Did Mr. Brower know that your Halloween party was a costume party?
Oh, I'm sure he did. Why?
Well, it's probably nothing, sir. I'm just trying to understand why, if he was planning on coming to your costume party, why he didn't have a costume.
He didn't?
In his studio, sir, on the night of his death, no costume.
You sure about that?
Oh, quite sure, sir. I even went back after the funeral to have an wake there, and I searched again, and no costume.
Since it was Freddie, doesn't surprise me. See, costumes cost money. And he was an imaginative boy. I suppose Freddie was just going to wear some of his old clothes and come as an eccentric billionaire like Howard Hughes. They say old Howard never wore anything fancy. And you remember at our party how everybody thought you were in costume and you were wearing your own clothes?
Well, that's a good point, sir.
Yes, sir.
A damn good point. And that would explain it. Much obliged.
My pleasure.
Oh.